Today we are going to work on Mirth Connect JSON to CSV conversion. Like it's like CSV file, and even we'll work on delimited. Delimited text and CSV both are same. If we save any delimited text in the Excel file, it will become CSV. If we extract any Excel files to CSV and convert it to data, it's delimited. So both are same. So I'll explain you while explaining how we are going to do a coding for this particular JSON to CSV file. So it will be a big session with multiple examples, so you won't get confused, and there are like multiple scenarios over here which will help you out, and I'll make it as easy as possible. As I said, let's start. I'll go to Mirth Connect. Yep, I want to create my own channel over here, and I'll give it as JSON to XML. JSON to CSV. I can give even hyphen delimited Delimitd. Okay, that works. And even I'll give something like same over here. So it's my own wish, whatever tag I want to give. So I'll give JSON to CSV. So yep, I think let's start on working this. I'll click save and deploy this channel. As I do regularly, I want to undeploy everything, but only work on what we are working on. It's clean and neat, right? Even the channels, I want to remove everything. So I'll click on JSON to CSV. I'll click on this time. That's it. We are on a very neat and clean screen, and we'll start working on it. Ignore, I have a cold, so my voice would be a bit different. Okay, let's start. We'll click on destination and we'll start doing the transformation, the destination part. I'll click on the destination. I'll do add new step. Select JavaScript. I'm not going to use any function or like anything from here. I'm going to do very basic thing. Let's go to our GitHub. I'll be giving the link in the YouTube description. So let's copy the first example, the first best and sweet example. Okay, I'll just copy this over here. So as we compare every time, I'll just let you know this is a JSON message which we are trying to use, and yeah, I use the name as Virat Kohli. I love Virat Kohli, and I'm going to convert this to the delimited CSV file, and it will be in the CSV file as I promised. So we are going to work on this. So from this particular JSON pattern, you can see the key and the values over here. I just used that particular pattern from patient ID, patient to ID with this particular message pattern, and added to the variables of patient ID, patient name, gender. Similarly, it goes with everything. If I keep copy pasting it over here, it would be easy. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it in the edit in Notepad++, and I'll explain. Yeah, this is a code. So even for the visit, I use the same pattern: visit ID, visit admit date. So you can easily understand how I copied this variable. MSG is nothing but the complete message. So we are pulling this from the complete message. Inside complete message we have patient. Inside patient we have ID. So this is the pattern which I assign the variables. And I created a delimited text. So we'll go back to the code. This is a complete variable which is called as delimited message. Inside that I created this pattern. So this patient ID is nothing but this one. Similarly, a comma. So always in a delimited text, if you open any Excel file, the cells are separated by the comma. So if I open an Excel file, a blank one, I say Rohit and Mirth and tutorials. If I copy this, I want to give as many examples as possible, so I am doing this. If I copy this, it should be like Rohit, Mirth, tutorial. So that's the reason we are giving this details over here. Let's go back to the code. So I have given this comma, and this plus symbol is nothing but we are adding. So the patient name, gender, date of birth, visited ID, and admit date. So our output will be something like the below: patient ID, patient name, comma, and everything. When we copy this to the Excel file, it should copy it not in a single cell like this, but in a different cells. Okay, let's do how we are going to do that without any issues. And we will keep this file over here, and we'll go back to our Mirth. So you understood the code, right? This is very simple, and this particular delimited message variable has been inserted to the MSG. As I said previously, MSG is nothing but the complete message which we are receiving from the source and passing it to destination. So in the MSG, all the details have been converted and it will pass be destination. I'll go back to channel. Here we have made one important step, setting up the data types, which we do every time. And this is JSON. I'm going to select JSON, no problem. And I haven't used any specific things or any files or message tree. I am going to select raw. This is my favorite method of doing anything, simple and easy. Everyone should understand it and do it. So I won't tell Mirth engine that I'm doing it in a CSV or delimited. I'll just tell it as raw. Mirth believe it is raw, and Mirth will try to understand our code, thinking that this is a complete raw thing, raw message. Okay, I'll go back to the channel. It's not confusing message, but it's using Mirth in our own way. I'll go to destination. I'll create a file writer over here. So I want to paste that Excel file in a particular destination. I want to give a particular destination. So I copied the path and I have given this path over here, and I'm going to test it. Yep, the connection is successful. Always make sure you have admin rights to this particular path. I always choose desktop for the testing purpose. If you are using office laptop, you might not have admin rights to each and every folder, so always try to connect successfully first and go next steps. And the file name, you can use any of this as a file name. I'll use the channel name. Okay, in the channel name is nothing but 30 JSON to CSV, and I want to be in a CSV file. I'll give it a CSV. So imagine any file in any folder, if you give the extension, it will change it accordingly. If you're able to open it, it will, or else sometime it will not. But here I gave it a CSV, and why I gave it a CSV? Already I am using a code to convert it to the delimited text. So the delimited text is nothing but the CSV file. So here you wouldn't be facing any issues. I'm not going to use any of these options. Previously I have explained. So I'll copy this encoded data as a template. Encoded data is nothing but the final raw data which we are getting. So I want to copy this completely to the Excel file. Perfect. And I'm going to save this, and I'm going to deploy this. Perfect. So we haven't passed anything, and even the output we haven't have anything. Even in the folder where I gave it, we don't have anything. Now let's see the magic. We'll go back to Notepad and we are going to copy the JSON. So I'm just deleting everything over here. Tick, 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 tick. Yep. Let's see the output. So I'm going to copy the JSON text. You can see Virat Kohli over here. Hope this works on the first try. I'm going to send it, paste, and process it. Let's refresh. You can see we have sent one file from here, from source and destination. We have received it, means we are able to send it. Double click over here, go to destination. This is the data which we pasted, and it has been transformed to the delimited text. And you might be asking, what is CSV, what is delimited? I'll explain everything. And even in the encoded sent, as I said, right, encoded data is the final version which we are sending. Yep. So that's the reason we were using this encoded tag over here, the destination. I use this encoded data over here, so don't get confused. What is this? Was an example. Yep. Now this is called delimited text, and I'll show you the CSV version of it. I'll open the file. Here actually we give the destination, right? The file has been saved with the channel name. I'll open it. Okay, you can see a small trick. If you want to open everything at once, if you have like hundreds of rows, click at the top left corner, double click on any column. That's it. Everything will be open. You don't need to adjust like this for each and every column. So again, I'll double click on it. See, the patient ID, patient name, everything has been copied. So I'll say this is a CSV version, this is a delimited version. So when we save it in the .csv file, it will look like this. So you don't need to get confused about delimited and CSV. Perfect. We were able to convert this. But yeah, There might be many complicated things which we need to do in our project, and we need different versions and different methods for this. Let's go back and try another version. You go here, the destination, again the edit transformer. I'll name it as a basic version, version 1. So I want to create another version. I'll add it. I'll click JavaScript. So I'll uncheck it because we are not going to use it now. Now I am going to show mapping version 2. So let's create some fun over here. So every time I do things in multiple ways to show it in multiple way. So in the template I haven't copied anything. So now in the mapping version, what I'll do, I'll go to my notepad. So as a message tree I'm creating this particular JSON. Okay, and at the output I'm going to select as delimited text. Amazing. And over here I'm going to copy it like this, the delimited text. If I go to message tree, it will look like this. Looks good, right? Yeah. Here I'm going to just map each and everything as respected. So as I already done this coding drag and drop thing over here, I'll just copy it, okay, and I'll paste it. You might be asking, what are you doing? I'll give an example. So what I'll do, I want to map this particular details to this particular details. What I'll do, I'll drag column 1 like this. Column 1 you can see over here, and I'll keep equal, and I'll drag something like in the column 1 I need patient ID. I'll go here, I'll drag the patient ID. Don't get confused with the values over here. This will not be copied as 1 2 3 4 5. This will be copied as required. Similarly with the name and everything, I used Virat Kohli for reference purpose. You can even use anything similarly over here. Okay, what we'll do, I just copied like few of the fields, and let's see if this is going to work. I only check this one. Okay, I'll go back. Okay, there is some mistake over here. We need to click control and click forward slash. Yep, you have commented it out. And if you do any coding mistakes like the indentation everything, it will not allow you to save it. That's a good thing in Mirth. I'll go back, I'll save the changes, I'll deploy the channel. Perfect, right? You might be asking, you were setting Virat Kohli and the output will be Virat Kohli. Now I'll use something good. So okay, so Ganguly, our captain. Ignore that spelling mistakes if it is. Okay, I'll copy it. Even for the ID, I'll copy. Yeah, I don't know the JSON number. I'll keep it as 9876543, and yep, random things. Okay, even for the ID, I'll give it as 999. Just for the explanation purpose to show you how this is going to reflect. I'll copy this, and I'm going to send this as a message. See, Saurabh Ganguly 999, and the ID is in the reverse. I'll process it. I'll refresh it. It has been errored out. Now we need to look why this has been errored out, and we'll try to identify things. Okay. So we'll click on it. We'll do the root cause analysis. The more errors we do in the video, the more you will understand. Because if I don't get errors and if you get it, you will not be able to solve it sometimes, right? I'll click on destination. It has been error. First thing, we are sending Saurabh Ganguly. Second thing, yep, by default, Mirth will convert everything into the XML. Yep, good. It has been sending it as Saurabh Ganguly and encoded. Perfect, amazing. This has been already converted to the delimited text, and even the output is Saurabh Ganguly, not Virat Kohli. And it has sent in the same way. This is amazing again. In the response, if you see error writing a file, JSON to CSV delimited text, the process cannot access the file because it is being used by another process. Means we already had a file over here which was using that particular path and conversion, and it is not allowing it to paste us. So what we'll do, we will delete it. Okay, we cannot delete it. That's the reason it has been used. So what we need to do, we need to close this file. These are very silly mistakes. While we do, we even close other XML file. Perfect. Everything we have deleted. We don't have anything over here. So what we'll do one thing. We'll go to that folder database read, nothing is there. Right now we'll test it. That should work. I'll go back to dashboard. I'll copy the same thing, the same message, and I'm going to send it. Believe me, it should work now. If we solved the error, and we shouldn't get any other errors. I'm going to process this and refresh. Perfect. It has been delivered, and I'm not interested in checking in the dashboard again and again. My main intention is to convert it to the CSV file, right? I go back to my folder, refresh it. Oh, there is no file over here. Okay, actually it is right, right. So the file should be copied over here. Okay, I was searching in the wrong place. So I'll open this, and as I said, the technique is click on here, double click in the line. Perfect. So the file has been overwritten. You can see the first one is Virat Kohli, and the second one there are details. You can see it is Saurabh Ganguly. So you may be thinking why I got two outputs. Let's do one thing. I'll delete it. I'll even delete this, and I'll go back to Mirth. So always you will face challenges if you are doing something. I'll go to destination. In the edit transformer, yeah, everything is unchecked, and okay, things look good. Okay, even the patient visit, everything looks good. Let's test it once again. Deploy it, refresh, copy it, and see, you don't have any file here in the right section. I'll send a message, and I'm going to process this. Refresh, you received it, and we should have the Excel file here. Yep, we have an Excel file here. I'll open it, and you can see only one file has been here. Perfect, right? This is working without any issues. The patient ID, patient name, and all the rest of the details. We'll do one thing. We are going to try to overwrite the same file. Let's see if it's going to work or not. I'll just close it. This is always interesting when we are trying things. We'll always get to know new things. What I'll do, I'll change this to Anil Kumble, one of my favorite vintage bowler, because of his behavior personally. Yeah, I'll copy, and I'll close this. Okay, save, no problem. Oh, I'm not going to save it. Don't save. This is already being used, and we'll see whether we'll get an error or it will be overwritten. Send a message, process the data, refresh. Okay, perfect. And I'll open this, and you can see this has been overwritten. Like in another column, it has been pasted. Good, right? If you are dealing with multiple patients' data, automatically all the data will be pasted here. So this is something really amazing. Even while I was working, I understood this. So it's very good. So not a problem at all. Perfect. Our method 2 is also working without any issues. But you will be facing a lot of challenges, like there is no heading over here, right? There is no heading. There are no details. I want something with the heading and everything. So we have another example to make you feel better and better understand this coding logics. I have another example too, and let's work on this. Before that, what I'll do, I'll rename it so it will not be overridden once again. I'll rename it to V2 because the code was V2. Okay, I need to close this file. Okay, Excel files are always funny. Yeah, I named as V2. I'll go back to my channels, I'll click on it, destinations, edit transformer. I will add another step, JavaScript, and here multiple heading. You can add like headings version 2, even I want version 3, even I want headings. I'll uncheck this. I'll go to my, this is a clean code. I'll go to my GitHub repository, and I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here. I'll uncomment this. Perfect. This is the same method as it is over here. No changes, but only we added headings over here. So our CSV file will have the headings. You can see the process and everything is same. In the message template, I selected it as delimited text. You want to select it as raw, you can select it. It doesn't matter. Over here, when you see it as JSON to delimited, Even I'll select it as JSON to delimited. It doesn't matter at all, because when you do more coding and coding, you'll understand why it doesn't matter. It all depends upon the functions which you are using. I'm using it just variables in a particular format, so you don't need to do anything. You can do actually anything with this type of coding style. Okay, now it looks good. What I'll do, go back, I'll save changes, I'll deploy this. This looks good. I'll refresh it. Even over here, I'll give something like Rahul Dravid, Mr. Dependable. So I want to use Mr. Dependable in this scenario because I'm doing something crazy. Hope let it works. I'm going to send this message. Before sending it, I want to show you this is V2. I changed the name so it will not get overwritten. I'll go back and I'm going to send Rahul Dravid. Process the message. Let's refresh this. Okay, this is working very fast. It has been already sent. It's 5. So I'll go back here. Perfect. We have the latest version over here. I'm using right when we open this file. Okay. So we have done something funny. The previous data has come over here. So let's see what's issue with the Mr. Undependable. I'll go back. I'll go back to channels. I'll go back to destination, edit transformer. So we'll do one thing. We'll change this to raw. We don't want. Okay. I got it. So here you can see in the basic version, if I say this code, it is like this, and over here, I want to remove everything. I'm not interested. Okay, I'm not interested in giving anything. This is for mapping actually. So I'm not interested in giving anything. I'll just remove everything. Okay, and we'll see how it works. I'm going back. Even I am not interested in giving everything. I'll just keep it as JSON to raw. I'm just converting it directly, and I'll go back. I'll save it. I'll deploy it. So in order to avoid confusion, what I did, so even I mentioned it over here for the message template what you need to give. So I haven't mentioned anything for method 3. So you don't need to worry of doing all these things. You can just copy it and paste it. I'll refresh it. I'll clear statistics for your purpose. Even I'll explain how this works in future. You can say everything is 0 now. I'll delete this one. Not a problem. I'll delete this Excel sheet. Perfect. Let's try Rahul Dravid once again, Mr. Dependable, and we'll see how it is going to work. This session would be lengthy, but it would be more informative with multiple scenarios. I'll refresh it. We got it, and I'm going to check. And I don't want Kohli over here. I want Rahul Dravid, and I see amazing. We got it, Rahul Dravid, and I have all the headings also here. That's how you're going to convert any type of JSON, XML, HL7, FHIR to CSV file with all the required headings. You can create like hundreds of columns, hundreds of rows, all details with all your format. So this is the basic way how you create anything to CSV. Even you can add headings, you can add side headings, you can add multiple things over here. It is very easy. The only thing is like we need to know the process how we are doing. As I explained, like 2 to 3 process over here. You just need to know the processes, and you can do any changes. And there's a simple way I plan to explain to you people. I don't want to explain anything in a very complicated process. Whether you are using the basic version, whether you're using hard coding things like this, okay, and whether you are going to use the headings or edit things. So that's it. That's how it works. And don't get confused. Copy the complete code which I have given and edit it as required. Your input output message must be different. So even I have given the sample message to test your file while you are doing it for first time. Enjoy it. Please do comment if you have any more requirements. I'll try to follow up in LinkedIn and try to solve the puzzles as much as possible. Thank you. Have a great day. We are done with JSON to CSV delimited conversion. Now you might not have a question what is CSV and delimited. See you.